Hello, little Miss Brown, what are you after? Hey? Nothing. Oh, okay, well, I'm going up to the studio. You want to come with me? Alright, please yourself. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Oh, she is coming, look. I haven't got any grub. There's no food in the studio. She has been fed twice. And there's Mia. She's already in the studio. How are you doing? I put her back on her tablets 3 days ago, because she was looking a bit down, so she's back on the steroids. You're much better already, aren't you, Mia? Yes, good girl. Anyway, I've got a confession to make. I'm not infallible. Look, my Resonator guitar. I've had to take it to bits again. What happened was, that's part of, why are you crying, Mia? That's part of it. What happened was, it collapsed at the end. It wasn't strong enough. When I tightened the strings up, I mean, it didn't actually collapse. It was a slow process, but I had to keep on tuning, and then I noticed this. It looks a bit worse at the moment because I've been messing about with it. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is, I found this piece of brass on an old coal scuttle, and I'm going to reinforce it. It's going to be a real steampunk guitar now. I think that's a term, isn't it? Steampunk. But that's what I'm doing. And that's all going to be joined on there. And it probably might make it sound a bit different, which would be a shame because I thought it sounded very nice. But never mind. Anyway, so that's what I'm up to. I'm going to get on with that. It's a bit boring watching me doing that, so I'm going to tell you a little story about school days. I'll show you the guitar when I finish working on it, of course. Might even try and play a tune on it, but in the meantime, here's a little story from my school days. Normally, when it's time to leave for school in the morning, I turn right at the end of the lane and walk up the road. I say up the road because the first quarter or mile or so is up a hill. Well, it's more of a gentle slope, if anything. The rest of the journey, a couple of miles in all, is downhill, and that's gentle too. So up or down to school, it doesn't matter much. It gets there in the end. It's the same on the way back, except longer uphill. Anyway, that is my normal route to school. I think I might have to trim my beard a bit. I think it's getting out of hand. That's not part of the story. That's just me going off track. Anyway, today, just for a change, I turn left at the end of the lane and walk about 20 yards until I come to the railway bridge. Then I carefully climb over Mr Gilbert's barbed wire fence, deliberately ensuring my crotch doesn't get snagged because it can be painful when that happens. And I have a devil of a job to get free. So what you do is you hold on to the post, left foot on the middle strand, swing right leg over onto middle strand, swing left leg over onto middle strand and jump both feet clear. It can be a bit of a scramble climbing the steep embankment, but I soon get a decent grasp of tussock and haul myself onto the railway track. The morning train has already passed. There are only 2 trains a day, and the next one comes from the opposite direction late afternoon. I know this for certain, but just to be safe, I always make sure nothing is coming before I go onto the track. Excuse me. From up here, I can see the River Don sparkling and flashing in the not too distance, and I resist the temptation to go back and get my fishing rod. If I happen to have any copper coins in my pocket, I might place 1 or 2 on the line to be flattened when the locomotive passes. Usually I use halfpennies. The idea is to make them the same size as a penny, but they don't fool Mrs. Florence in the sweet shop because they're too thin. Sometimes I flatten a penny, but there isn't much point in double-sized skinny pennies. Did I say that right? It was a halfpenny I used to flatten, so it looked like a penny. Yeah. It's not easy walking on the sleepers. I don't know if you've ever tried it, but they're either too close together or too far apart for my natural stride, but I give it a go. Then I try walking in the gaps between them, but it's so unnatural, so I end up walking along the side of the line on the gravel chippings. Soon I reach the farm where Gavin, my mate, lives, and I climb down the embankment and do the barbed wire climb again into the field where the cows are. I run over the field into the farmyard and knock on the farmhouse door. Gavin's mum answers. She has a rosy face and white hair. She makes delicious cakes and she's always nice to me. "Morning, Mrs. Gray," I say. "Is Gavin ready?" "Goodness me, Loon," she exclaims. "Gavin left a wee while ago. You'd best hurry. You're going to be awfully late." This is when I lived in Scotland, by the way. "Thanks, Mrs. Gray," I shout as I run down the yard to the road. I run until she can't see me because I want her to think I care about being late. And then I slow down. The bell rings when I'm still a couple of 100 yards from the school gate, and I slow to a dawdle. I hate turning up late when everyone is lined up in the playground and looking at me. I shall wait until they've all gone inside, and then I shall... No, I don't think I'll bother with school today. First lesson is double maths. I happen to know that. I hate maths. I'm just going to go and make myself a cup of tea, Mia. I'll leave the door open if you want to follow me. Alright, hold on. You can have some of the bird seed. Yeah. You like them, don't you? Black sunflowers. What? You've just had some? Here. Right. Morning, ladies. There you are. So we'll go. They can come out when they've had their breakfast. Okay, I think that's a long enough video. Thanks for looking in again. I won't forget to show you the guitar when I finally get it together. Look after yourself. Thank you to all the new subscribers and all the old subscribers. Thanks to everyone. I really appreciate you. Bye. Bye.